I enlisted in the United States Army as a Jew from the Bronx, which is not what you normally see. It was so uncommon that on Sunday in basic combat training, which is the day for religious services, regardless of your religion or what day you practice, the drill sergeants were calling upon privates to file in line for their respective services. So he's going down the list of all the different denominations of Christianity. He's going, all right, Protestants, let's go Protestants, line up. All right, Catholics, line up, Catholics. All right, Protestants, Catholics, don't beat the shit out of each other. It's fine, relax. Everybody was relaxed. He was stressed out. And at the bottom of the list, he eventually gets to the Jews after naming all the different denominations of Christianity, different religions, gets to the Jews, but he's at a loss for words. He doesn't know what to say. So he says, hey, privates, anybody here for Jew church? Go to Jew church. Is that what it's called, Jew church? I don't fucking know. Jew church, privates. Anybody going to Jew church? Crickets. Jew church. Anybody going to Jew church? Like yelling. And I'm thinking, oh God, of course, I'm the only Jew in the entire company of 250 soldiers. So, I go in front of the drill sergeant. I said, drill sergeant, I'm here, right? And he said, you going to Jew church, brother? And I said, yes, drill sergeant. He said, did I say it right? Is it Jew church? And I said, no, drill sergeant. He said, it's Jew church. And I was like, all right, drill sergeant, that's fine. I don't care. It's all right. I'm going to Jew church. All right, here we go. So he puts me in a van and drives me to the other side of post, where we arrive to this very small non-denominational chapel. And there are 10 other Jewish soldiers out of the thousands of recruits on post. And there's one rabbi. And the rabbi says, all right, everybody, relax. Take off your high pro. You got the knee pads, the elbow pads, whatever you got. It's fine. Relax. We'd been up for 3 days, so we were so disoriented. To be met with such kindness was very restorative and well received. And after the service, I go up to the rabbi and I said, Rabbi, you from New York? And he said, of course I'm from New York. You from New York? And I said, yeah, I'm from New York. I said, Rabbi, what are you doing here? He said, I'm Chabad. We're everywhere. What are you doing here? And I said, I don't know. I enlisted. Here I am. And news spread that the Jewish service, or Jew church, was so relaxed that every week more and more soldiers wanted to go. So after a while, the drill sergeants started getting suspicious because they knew there was only one Jew in the entire company. So there was one drill sergeant from another company on post, and he winds up coming to ours to interview these soldiers to see who was actually Jewish, because they're all skeptical, and they had this small van because they all expected there would be a small number of Jews, and not everybody would fit in a van. So, for reference, Chai is a word which means life, but is also referred to the number 18, which is a lucky number in Judaism. So a drill sergeant says, all right, privates, they all talk like this. All right, privates, what's Chai? I don't fucking know, drill sergeant. I don't know what Chai is. I don't know. All right, get out of here. You're not Jewish, private. All right, whatever. I'm sorry. Whatever. Don't say sorry. All right. Sorry, whatever. All right. What's Chai? And he gets to me, and I said, 18, drill sergeant. He said, oh, shit. Yeah, he's fucking Jewish. Wow. All right, cool. Yeah, we got one Jew in the company. All right, one Jew. All right. Anyways. So that was my experience going to Jew church in basic combat training. And there are Jews in the military, but not a lot. There aren't a lot of Jews in the world. So if there are Jewish veterans out there on TikTok, please say hi and reach out, because it would be very meaningful to connect. Otherwise, thanks for listening to my funny stories. Take care. All right, this is Jew Church Part 2. Every Sunday morning in basic combat training, I would meet with a Chabad rabbi on post, and we would rap tefillin together. The rabbi knew that I had virtually no communication with the rest of my family while I was in this training environment. We didn't have phones or anything like that. We could only write letters. But letters were rarely received, as they were often mixed up or lost on post. So knowing this, one Sunday morning, after rapping tefillin, the rabbi said to me, hey, Shmuel, that's my Hebrew name. He said, hey, Shmuel, what's your mother's cell phone number? And I said, all right, here it is, Rabbi. He said, listen, this is what we're going to do. You're all wrapped up in tefillin. I'm going to take a photo of you, and I'm going to send it to your mother so she knows that you're okay. I said, really? You would do that? He said, not only will I do this, Shmuel, but every Sunday, I'm going to take a new photo of you wrapped in tefillin so your mother knows that you're okay week after week. And he did just that. Every Sunday morning, we would get together, wrapped tefillin. He would take a photo, send the photo to my mother, and she would respond with a photo of the whole family together smiling and waving at me. This connection in such a rigorous environment was so unbelievably profound and meaningful. So I just wanted to share this little anecdote with you all today. Take care.